I think it's sad as diabetics that we need to almost take care of ourselves when it comes to relying on doctors. The only time I need my doctor is when I go see him and do lab results and they give me my lab results. Plain and simple. They write prescriptions for me. They might offer something to me. But here's the sad part. When you tell them that you're following a certain way of eating because you want better blood sugar, like let's say you tell them you eat low carb, high protein, moderate fat, they say, no, 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 no. You need to eat carbs. You can't only have 3 meals. You need to have snacks in between. And I look at them like everybody's different. There's a type 2 diabetic that would probably need protein snacks in between their meals to regulate their blood sugar because they might have too much low blood sugars and basal insulin. They don't take any basal insulin. Everybody's different, and doctors don't understand that, and it drives me nuts. Even if you were to come to them with a mentality of, okay, hey, I'm gonna go vegan. I'm eating super low fat, very high carb, low protein. Like almost that fruitarian approach, plant based. They're gonna look at you like you're bananas. You're crazy, and obviously the best solution is to find a doctor that sticks with your ideology. Now, I'm not saying that we should follow our own advice. That would be stupid and we would all be dead. Doctors study, they got their degrees, they're at what they're at, even if you're an endocrinologist and you're listening. My thing is, here's the thing I always want to preach to a lot of people that have diabetes and take this with a grain of salt, is find somebody who has your results and follow them. So for me, obviously, I need to find someone that has diabetes, type 1 diabetes, and is thriving. I want to find someone that's fit, that works out, and I enjoy the eating somewhat. Now, I don't need to enjoy it all the way. If it provides good results, I'm doing it regardless of what it is. The way I follow is Bernstein. It's low carb, high protein. Simple, plain and simple. If I have a trouble with my blood sugar, I'm going to confuse the hell out of my endocrinologist. Now, I'm not going to confuse him and make him look stupid. What I'm saying is he won't be able to help me if I tell him something on the spot. He'll need to sit next to me. He'll need to see what I do. He'll need, every time I, come up to a doctor and I tell them my issue, they go, they look at me for a minute and they go, here's what I want you to do. Write down all your blood sugars. Write down everything you eat. Write down all your doses. Write down how much you sleep. Like, they want me to write down this craziness. Like, diabetes isn't enough. Hard as it is controlling it now, you want me to write every single thing. Now, I'm not lazy. I love taking care of my health, but when it comes to writing every single thing down, that's annoying. And when I do bring it to them, they just beat me up for it. They go, what is this? You had a 45 blood sugar. Are you insane? Are you trying to get my license revoked? This is too low. And they see a 300, like, oh my God. Like, I understand. Those are terrible numbers. I know. But I'm not bringing them to you to beat me up for it. I need help. And what I'm trying to say is, I feel like we as diabetics have to take a stand and educate ourselves with books and videos. And I know this sounds really stupid, but kind of ignore these doctors and just find a doctor that's like, yes, I'll write you that prescription. Now, obviously, you don't go out there and do, your own stunts, but follow somebody who has your results. My results are good blood sugar and longevity. Dr. Bernstein has those. And what I do is I refer back to his book and I refer to my friends who have diabetes longer than I can imagine. I'm only 21. They've had it longer than I've been on this earth. And they'll give me the answers, advice. I'll just message them. And I use social media to my advantage that way. So my message to you guys is, yes, it's almost a sad, lonely thing as diabetes that, we can't even look to our parents or these doctors that we want to listen to. It pisses me off when a doctor just throws out advice and they haven't even looked at me or know what I, encounter with my diabetes. You can't just throw in factors like that with a snap of your fingers. I told my doctor, oh, I'm following Bernstein's plan and it's 3 meals a day. It's 6 carbs in the morning, 12 for lunch, 12 for dinner. She goes, and then throw 2 snacks. I'm like, are you just going to add that factor in like that? Like, it's going to help me? It might make me worse. What if I, bolus stack? I start bolusing way more. Or what if I start dropping too much? Like, it makes my life harder. You don't know what I need. So I think doctors aren't being empathetic enough that diabetes isn't black and white. Yes, we all know good blood sugar is good health. That's very evident. That's black and white. But when it comes to factors in different people, like certain people like different kind of exercises. Billy might like CrossFit. Joey might like snowboarding, and their blood sugars fluctuate between certain activities. those things were not being cared for. Doctors just don't care. I think most doctors don't care. They just want to go home. They're always in a rush. I can't sit there and talk to them. So I took it upon myself to say, you know what, screw these doctors. I'm not listening to another nutritionist. I'm listening to someone who has expertise and not just a degree. So when I went on YouTube, I found Bernstein. When I went on buying books, not just Bernstein, but William Polanski about emotional stuff, like I can't come to these doctors about emotional pain too, maybe a therapist, but they all want to disagree with what I do, or they don't care. So I'm going to leave you guys off with this. Thanks for listening. And here's my last message, like I said in the beginning. Take it upon yourself to educate yourself and become a mad scientist, because we have to. This disease has so many factors. It's insane. I've only had this for 3 years, and I'm starting to realize how many factors affect blood sugar and so many other things that doctors can't help us with. They just look at us and look at our numbers and say, do this, do that. Like, you just can't experiment like that. We need to study and avoid crazy mistakes. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Ali Abdul Kareem. I'll see you guys soon.